Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today I am discussing some leaked news and some recently released news from EA that is kind of interesting and kind of tells a lot about what's going on over there. So let's dive right in. So first of all, Blizzard has had quite a few leaks recently. One of them I don't think is a real leak, which is the Diablo 4 leak. I mean, it was in an art book, and at the same time, I mean, yeah, you could consider that a leak, but they've already confirmed Diablo 4's existence. I don't get why all these different websites are saying, oh, Diablo 4 is leaked. Yeah, there's a slight story element that has kind of leaked, but the game itself has been confirmed for a while. Blizzard has basically just said that, yeah, we're making the game, it's just not going to be out for a long time. So, I don't get how that's a leak, but everywhere else is reporting as that. Whatever. Overwatch 2 was leaked though, and like ESPN was reporting on it. I'm not sure if that makes it a leak or what, but it's strange that we're getting all these announcements before BlizzCon when that's when they're supposed to be making these announcements. Now, it's going to have a new PvP mode. It's going to have which is like they're going to have a story mission, I guess, that's up to 4 people. The whole story with Overwatch doesn't like ever make any sense. There's like a storyline, but there's also not a storyline because it's just a multiplayer game and you're moving a payload and you're capturing. It never really felt like there was an actual story. They were just trying to shove lore into a game to kind of try to keep the game going longer and keep people more interested in it. There's a new hero named Echo that's coming out and a new mode called Push, which I haven't seen any details about online, but it sounds a lot like Battlefield's Rush mode. I don't know, just by the name. I mean, like I said, there's been no details that I've been able to gather on it, but that's just what it sounds like. Also, both of these new modes are likely playable at BlizzCon this year, so the people who aren't protesting and wearing Winnie the Pooh costumes will be playing that. The last bit of news is that EA posted a picture of a like coffee mug with steam coming out of it. So everyone's thinking, is EA going back to Steam? And Redditors have actually dove into like change logs and stuff like that, and they found that EA is indeed doing something where you open a game that you bought in Steam that was made by EA, and then that actually opens it in Origin instead of, the Steam client. So kind of like what Ubisoft does with some of their games on Steam right now, where you open like Rainbow Six Siege, for instance, and it opens over in Uplay instead of in the Steam client. Where it's got like the Uplay Origin or the Uplay launcher in the background, because you can also have the Steam overlay, and it's so confusing with all these launchers, but it's an interesting move by EA because it's showing that not all of these solitary launchers are working out for these companies. And with EA, I don't think they're hurting because they've got enough suckers that are buying microtransactions in their sports titles, but they must want to open up their audience to, more mainstream games like the Star Wars games and Battlefield. And I'm sure their numbers for Battlefield, I mean, I've heard they've been hurting really bad. So if they put them back on Steam, that will introduce, the sales once again. They'll be on the front page of the Steam store as well. And I think they'll get a much wider audience, because a lot of people kind of forget that EA is on PC. A lot of PC gamers don't have Origin installed because nobody likes EA. And if nobody likes your platform, you're not selling it to anybody. You're not going to have nearly as wide of an audience as you will on a platform that has lots of different companies instead of just the one. Like Bethesda's launcher, I feel like they'll never just sell games on there besides Fallout 76. I don't think after Fallout 76 they'll sell anything just on there, because people are going to start just forgetting about Bethesda. People are going to go out of their way to not download the Bethesda launcher. And, well, people aren't going to go out of their way to download it, rather. And because of that fact, they're not going to have these games being advertised to them, and people are just not going to buy them. So I feel like Bethesda is going to follow suit in the future as well. That's just a prediction. I definitely think EA will be coming back to Steam. And it'll be interesting if EA starts working with Epic as well. I don't know. Maybe that'd be too conflict of interest? Epic is such a weird company because they make their own games, but they also host a bunch of other games on their platform. I don't know. It's really weird, but it makes sense for EA to make this move, even if they are going to be taking a hit, because of course Valve has to take their cut whenever you sell a game on the storefront. But I'm sure they're wheeling and dealing in the background, and maybe they'll give them a lower cut, or they just know that EA has to do this because, like I said, no one is going out of their way to download Origin. Like, what EA game has come out in the past, 4 or 5 years that have been even worth downloading a separate launcher for, So, I feel like they had to do it. Also, BlizzCon is this Friday. I'm really hyped for it. Again, not because of what is going to be announced, but because of just what's going to happen there. I mean, I've been on the Blizzard shitting train because they deserve it and they need to be called out on their shit. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do anything to really resolve this issue. I mean, if they stopped banning people and censoring people, we'd be a little bit happier, but at the same time, it's like the damage has been done. Blizzard has cemented themselves as a not gamer-friendly company anymore. They don't really care about what we think, despite what they've said in the past. They've gone back on their word time and time again, and I feel like this is the biggest hit. And having this happen so close to BlizzCon, good God, the timing is just awful for them. It's wonderful for people like me, who's going to be eating some popcorn and watching whatever happens and reporting on whatever happens, but for the company, good Lord. I mean, I see that Overwatch 2 is trending on Twitter, but I feel like the excitement really isn't there for an Overwatch 2. Or at least not as much excitement as there would have been if it weren't for all of these different controversial things that they've been doing recently and just catering to a communist country. So, we'll see what happens. I'm really excited, and we'll see what happens when EA joins Steam again. Are we going to start having better sales in their games? Because I know they have sales in Origin, but again, I don't pay attention to Origin. So it'll be really fascinating to see how their sales change moving from just their platform to also Steam. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about all this sort of stuff. If you think anything will happen at BlizzCon, or if you're excited for Overwatch 2 or anything that Blizzard's putting out. Like I said, I'm not going to judge you for that. That's fine. I mean, I'm kind of excited for a Diablo 4, but at the same time, Diablo 3 was such a shit show. Blizzard's been kind of dickheads lately. I don't know. I'm so to the whole thing. Anyway, leave a like if you guys like the video, subscribe for more content, and as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys. Today I'm drinking a regular Red Bull, not sponsored unfortunately. That would be really neat. I'd save a lot of money if I was sponsored by an energy drink company. Please, sponsor me. Just send me cans, I'll just drink them. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, BlizzCon gonna be a shit show. EA moving over. It's kind of crazy for such a big company to be doing this. And also, I will be streaming this week. I'll be streaming on when does Luigi's? I think it's Thursday. I gotta check my calendar. 1 second. This is professional. It's at the end of the video. Whatever. Nobody's watching. Okay, so the 31st is when Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon comes out. So Thursday night, I'll be definitely streaming that. And Tuesday night, I might be streaming something as well. I haven't quite decided yet. I need to look at my schedule. I need to finish working on all these other projects I've got going on, because I'm working on a Sniper Elite video, and I'm working on a Outer Worlds video, which should be up probably tomorrow. So, lots of things coming soon.